Okay.
Well, I got Senator.
How is that possible?
I can see Senator Hackworth. Why is
All right.
Franklin City?
Thank you, Madam President. Speaking to the floor amendment.
Senator Hackworth.
Madam President, I want to thank the patron of the bill and also the patron of the floor amendment for bringing this much-needed floor amendment. For those of you that was in Commerce and Labor, when I presented my bill, which would have taken a little further, we showed and distributed out a copy of 136 comments that was made from our constituents in APCO territory. And I just want to read one of these for you, Madam President. This is on behalf of Thelma Medley in Marion. It says, I'm writing on behalf of my grandmother who lives in Marion, Virginia. She's 78 years old and lives alone. She only has one income, and that's her Social Security check. Every time I go to her house, she has all of her lights off, all of her appliances she isn't using unplugged. For the past 2 months, her electricity bill has went up increasingly to the point that she doesn't know how she's going to pay for it. For December, her light bill was $321.38, and this month it was $490.86. She keeps every light off and appliances unplugged, and yet her bill still increases. Her granddaughter says that she lives in Bristol, Virginia, and has BVU as my electric, water, and sewage. My bill has never went past $200. That has something to say on how AP is operating. My grandmother has severe anxiety, and AP has only made this anxiety worse for her when figuring out her bills and how to pay for them. For this month, when she pays all of her bills, she will only have $112 to live off of. She will not be able to survive. Madam President, we have dealt with this issue for the last 3 to 4 years. We have brought APCO to the table multiple times. This floor amendment that would keep them from raising rates during the coldest months of the year is a start. Also, the moratorium where they cannot cut off residential electricity until this is figured out is very much. Why is that important? I'll tell you why that's important. Because when I got done presenting my bill, I walked outside, and the Commonwealth Attorney for one of our localities said, Senator, you forgot one thing. DSS is required to remove children from homes without electricity. We are removing children from their homes in Southwest Virginia, from APCO customers, not because of domestic violence, not because of abuse from their families, but because they cannot afford to pay their power bill. APCO took the stand and said they realized their rates were too high. They realized that they had a problem. Well, that's been a problem for 4 years. We have asked the vice president of the region to come and meet with us. Guess what we have got? Crickets. Nothing. So, Madam President, if you want to vote for Miss Thelma, that is living in Marion in her rocking chair, covering up with blankets, afraid to even plug up her appliances, vote for this floor amendment. If you want to vote for all the kids that has been ripped from their homes because their parents cannot afford to pay for their electric bill, vote for this floor amendment. Thank you, Madam President.
The senator from